everyone, and welcome to this 15-minute yoga practice for neck pain. If you are to have something that you can use in this practice, a wall that you can lean against would be helpful, but you can do this practice, I will be doing it without the wall. The wall just makes it easier if your neck is a little tight and tender whilst you're doing this practice. It makes it gentler. So we're going to start off in a seated position. You can sit in a chair if it's more comfortable. And we're going to be doing a little bit on the nerves today. So we have all the nerves travel from our neck all the way down through our arm into our hands. So that's why some wrist movements will be brought into this practice. We're going to start off with our hands in prayer position. Don't worry, you're not going to be praying, or you can if you want. And from here, so we're just going to press the palms of the hands together, get your middle finger pointed straight up towards the ceiling, and then slide the hands down, keeping the heels of the hands in contact until it's just around your belly or your lower rib cage. And then when you're here, just lift your shoulders up towards your ears, loop them back, and let them rest down. We're going to breathe in through our nose, down deep into the lower rib cage, belly area. Feel your belly expand out into your hands. And as you breathe out, notice your belly soften. And it's almost like your hands can sink in a little bit. 4 more breath cycles here, breathing in through your nose, down deep into your belly. And breathe out through your nose or mouth. Last 2 breath cycles at your own pace. Then open the eyes if you had them closed. Place your hands on your lap, and we're going to start moving the entire spine now. So we're going to do a little cat-cow, but in a seated position. So you can think about a little light almost on your breastbone, or shining out of it. And when you're slumped down, it points down to the ground. And when you lift it up, it points up towards the ceiling. So we're going to start in this little slumped position. And as you inhale, you're going to think about your breastbone moving forward along the floor until it gets to the wall in front of you, the light that's shining out of it. And then you're going to lift that light up the wall. And you can almost think about your gaze or your eyes following that light. So your breastbone is going to start to pull the light down the wall, and your gaze is going to follow it until it pulls it all the way back to your lap. So as you inhale, the breastbone starts to move the light forward, lift it up the wall, and your eyes are going to follow that light. So that's your little cat-cow. So breathing in to lift the breastbone, lift the gaze, and breathing out to round the breastbone, around the spine, and drop the gaze. I'm going to add in a little bit of shoulder movement. So when your breastbone and you're rounded down, hands stay face down. As you lift the breastbone, turn the hands so the palms face up, and then think about the thumbs getting pulled out to the side. As you open up through the front of your chest, palms face up. As you breathe out, let those arms wind back in again, and then the palms rest down onto your lap. We're going to go for 5 of these. So inhale, lift your breastbone, lift the gaze, palms up. Open the arms out to the side. And as you exhale, drop your gaze, round your back, and the palms rest face down on your lap. And 4 more. Inhale to open everything up, pull the thumbs back. Exhale as you round, lower your gaze, hands, palms face down. Inhale to lift your breastbone, lift the gaze, and open up. And then exhale as you round and palms rest down on your lap. And last one. You might feel a little bit of clicking. If things are tight, as long as it's not sore, it is fine. And then coming back to a neutral position. So you're just sitting nice and tall, with your shoulders relaxed. We're going to go into a little bit of a nerve stretch with the arms. So imagine your teapot and the right hand is the spout, basically. So you're going to have your right wrist kind of in line with your shoulder, and it's bent to start with. And then we're simply just going to push the right arm like you're pushing something away from you, and the fingers pull back towards your body. I think it'll work without this fluffy thing. So we'll just throw it to the side. Press the hand away and then bend at the elbow and bend the wrist again. So straighten the elbow and you're going to extend or pull the fingers back towards you and then bend at the elbow and the wrist. And just go for 2 or 3 more. If you're really tight through the nerves in the arm, you might feel a little bit of tingling sensation through the fingers, and that's normal if you've got some tension. And last one, press the arm away, rest the fingers of that hand down onto the ground beside you or like onto the chair if you have a chair. And then take your left hand and just place it just above and slightly behind your right ear. We're going to tilt our head over to the left and the hand's just guiding it. You're not going to put much force through it. And then what we're going to do is lift the breastbone up and lift the gaze up. And then we're going to drop the breastbone down and let the gaze drop down to like our right leg almost. So lift your breastbone and lift the gaze up towards the ceiling. And then around the breastbone and drop the gaze down. If this is uncomfortable, just hold the side stretch. You don't need to move up and down. We're going to add in the arm if it's comfortable. So as you lift your breastbone and lift the gaze up, pull the arm back. So pull the arm back towards your little finger edge of your hand. And as you round the breastbone, drop the gaze, allow the hand to slide forward. So lift the breastbone, lift the gaze, and the arm slides back. Drop the breastbone, drop the gaze, and the arm slides forward. And last one, whatever version is comfortable for you. Then bring your head gently back to the center. And we're going to make that little teapot pose again with our left hand bent up this time. So the left elbow is bent, the left wrist is in line with your shoulder, and the wrist is bent, so the hand is facing down. And then we're just going to press it away. Press the hand away and bend the wrist as much as you can to pull the fingers back towards you, and then fold back into your little teapot pose. So straighten the elbow and bend that wrist so the fingers come back towards you, and then bend at the elbow and let the hand kind of flop. And just go for 2 or 3 more like this. You can always go back to this one if the one that involves the neck is too much. And again, notice if there's a difference between hands. If you work predominantly with one hand, it's always going to be a little bit tighter. Then we're going to rest the left fingertips on the ground. Take your right hand and just place it above your left ear and slightly behind it. We're going to tilt our head over to the right and we'll feel a stretch in the side of the neck. And this might be enough for you. And if it is, you just stay here and focus on your breathing. Otherwise, we're going to lift the breastbone, lift the gaze, and we're going to pull that left arm back. And then we're going to drop our gaze around our back slightly and slide the left arm forward. So whichever one you're in, we're going to be here for 5 more breath cycles. Maybe you're just holding a side stretch with your head. Maybe you're just doing that nerve one from the start. Or maybe you're doing the whole shebang and you're lifting the breastbone, lifting the head and pulling the arm back. Maybe it feels good. And then you're rounding the breastbone, dropping the gaze, the hand moves forward. Last 2 of whatever one you are doing. And then bring our hands back to our lap. And we're going to move towards the front of the mat now. So face towards the front of your mat. If you have a wall here, you would have it to the right of you. So you can move yourself so that your right leg and your right arm can rest into a wall if you want. We're going to be in a low lunge position. Start with both hands on the right knee, and then we're going to keep both hands together and just lift them up so they're just in front of our breastbone. Or if you're against a wall, the right arm can rest into the wall, as can the right leg. From here, we're going to slide the left hand all the way down towards our elbow, our shoulder, across our breastbone. And then we're going to start to turn to the left, keeping our hand on our breastbone. And if it's comfortable for you, you're going to straighten out the elbow and your eyes, your gaze is going to follow that left hand. Then bring the left hand back to your breastbone. Slide it across the chest, shoulder, elbow, all the way back to that right hand. I'm going to do 2 more of these, and you're just going as far as is comfortable for you. So you're using your eyes to follow the hand all the time. And last one. Turn as far as you can with your torso, and then only if it's comfortable, straighten out the arm. And then from here, we're going to tuck the toes of the back foot underneath and come up into a high lunge position. So your front foot, make sure your knee is over your heel like a pillar, and your back foot, all your weight's into the ball of the foot or the front of the foot. You're going to press your chest back so it sits right over your hips. And then we're going to bring both hands behind the head. And we're just going to cup the back of our head with our hands. Think about resting the weight of your head back into your hands, and then gently think about your hands almost drawing your head away from your body slightly, so a little bit of traction. And you're just here for 3 or 4 breaths. So the weight of your head is supported, it's leaning back into the hands, and your hands are gently lifting your head away from the rest of your body. Then we're going to bring the hands so the palms are facing forward. Pull your elbows down to your hips, and then inhale as you reach the arms out to the side, almost pulling the arms back behind you a little to open up through the front of the chest. And 3 of these movements in sync with your breath. Then bring the hands to your hips, step your feet together. Give your legs a little bit of a wiggle after supporting you there, and then fold all the way forward. Take a hold of your elbows at the bottom and allow your head to hang. So a little bit of traction for the neck. So every time you take a breath in, you might feel the rib cage, back expand a little bit or stretch. And every time you breathe out, imagine the weight of your head just being allowed to sink down towards the ground. 2 more breath cycles here. Then relax the hands, press into your feet, and come all the way back up. We're going to shift our weight to the left leg, step the right leg back, and come down into your low lunge here. Again, if you have a wall, you can line yourself up so that the left leg, the front leg, and the left arm can rest into a wall beside you. Bring your hands to the left knee, lift them up so they're just straight in front of your breastbone. I'm going to turn to face the other way so you can see me a little clearer. You stay where you are. And you're going to slide your right hand along your left arm all the way across your chest onto your breastbone. And you're going to turn to the right as much as you comfortably can. And then open the right arm out if that's comfortable for you. Bend the right arm back, slide it across the breastbone, across the shoulder, elbow, all the way back to the left hand. And we're going to do 2 more of those rotations. And again, do let the left side of your body rest against a wall. If your neck is a little tense, holding your arms up like this. So a wall just offers you support. And last one. Then you can bring the hands, one to the ground, one to your lap. If you want, tuck the toes of the back foot underneath, and we're going to come up into our high lunge position. Put your hands on your chest and your belly and press your chest back so that your shoulders are right over your hips. Don't have them falling forward. Then bring your hands behind your head again, interlace the fingers, and it's almost like you're just cupping the back of your skull, really. Rest the weight of your head back into your hands. And then think about gently lifting the back of the head away from the rest of your body. So a little bit of traction. And you're just here for 2 breath cycles. Then release the hands, bring your elbows down towards your hips, palms face forward. And as you inhale, reach the arms out to the side in like a big V shape. And as you exhale, pull the elbows back down to the hips. And just go for 2 more in sync with your breathing. Bring the hands to the hips, step both feet together, soften the knees, fold all the way forward. Take a hold of your elbows and allow the head to hang nice and heavy. Breathe in through your nose, down deep into your belly, back of the rib cage, and then breathe out through your nose or mouth and imagine that head getting heavy. So again, a little bit of traction or creating space in the neck. Then release the hands, press into the feet, come all the way back up to standing, so mountain pose. Rotate the arms so your palms face forward. And then your last little movement, nod your chin to your chest and let your right ear roll over to your right shoulder. Then let the chin roll back to the chest and left ear roll over to your left shoulder. And just doing 3 more of these, rolling over to the right, letting the chin roll down to the chest and over to the left. And then give your arms and legs a little shake out and you're all done.